An Agentic Customer Service in Action with CXone, from Insight to Intelligent Action. I'm Jennifer Wilson. I'm one of the directors of product marketing here at NICE. And we'll be stepping through a series of use cases today that demonstrate just how instrumental this new age of AI is in helping not only provide insights into how your customer service initiatives can be improved, but also how is it helping organizations act quicker on those insights. So to start, I want to ask you a simple question. If you have AI in place currently, you're most likely using it to surface some type of insight. But the question here is, can it actually act on the insight that it provides? Because the customers aren't waiting for you to make those improvements, and neither is your competition. So today we're going to walk through, we're going to show you what it looks like to move from that insight to that action across every single interaction. Many of you know we're at this tipping point, right? AI is rapidly transforming customer service. And you'll note here, there's a prediction that the majority of interactions will soon be handled autonomously. There's a reality behind all of this. A lot of the organizations that are out there are not struggling with AI capability. They have it prioritized. They know what they need to do. They're struggling with the execution of that AI. And that's going to be the key point that we want to talk about and focus in on today. So let's take a typical customer journey. Starts super simple. Customer coming out, they're going to book a hotel. And there's all these different touch points that happen throughout that journey. Even once it's booked, there's all these different scenarios that may come into play, some related, some not. And the moment something goes wrong, so let's say the systems don't connect, the bots don't understand intent, customers repeat themselves, resolution takes far too long, this isn't necessarily a technology problem. And the reason I say that is because the technology exists to handle this intent and multiple intents and context changing and everything from start to finish. The technology's there. 9 times out of 10, this is going to be an orchestration and an execution problem. And that's what we're going to get to the bottom of today. So if the problem isn't AI capability and the technology's already there and it's execution, then the real question for us becomes, how do I get that execution to actually work? What does execution, successful execution of that actually look like? What does it look like when AI doesn't just surface the insight? It doesn't just recommend the next steps, but it actually takes the action across the entire customer journey. And for those of you not familiar with NICE and our CXone platform, I'll tell you, this is exactly what CXone is built to do. It's meant to, it wants to connect that data, we want to connect the workflows, and we want to connect the AI so that every single interaction doesn't just get analyzed, it's also getting resolved. And that happens across 3 layers from our perspective. We want AI that can fully automate those interactions. We want AI that can guide and act alongside the human agents and human employees in general. And then we want AI that can orchestrate everything end to end. And let's go ahead and dig in. I'm gonna walk through things a little bit different. I'm not gonna bore you with a ton of slides. We'll actually see some actual screens and visuals that are gonna support the concepts that we're talking about today. And to start, let's go into how do we get more out of that data that exists. So behind your contact center and your organization as a whole, there is a massive amount of interaction data. We talk about voice, chat, workflows, agents, outcomes. But traditionally, turning that data into action has been slow for most of us. It's been manual, it's been resource heavy, but NICE is changing that. So you're looking at the screen right here from a CXone platform perspective. You can see we're continuously analyzing that data in an effort for you to identify what are those highest impact automation opportunities. What are the exact intents and workflows that are driving cost, driving friction? And then what are the specific actions needed to resolve them? And here's the breakthrough. It's not stopping with just this dashboard. So it's actually going to go in, you'll see it over to the right. It's going to recommend what to build. It's going to design those workflows, and then it's actually going to generate those AI agents automatically. So instead of just looking at these dashboards, you have that BI individual sitting there. They're analyzing the dashboards. They're building a use case. They're opening tickets, and then they're waiting months for those to actually become actual concepts and implementations. Now you're moving from, I have this insight, I can build an AI agent based on that insight, and I can have it live in production in a matter of minutes. And this is how a lot of leading organizations are learning to accelerate that AI adoption. Because the key here is they're not having to guess where to start. but they're using their own interaction data to continuously identify, prioritize, deploy what matters most. And I want to call out that one keyword is continuously. This isn't a one-time kind of just initial place to start. It's a great place to start for the AI initiatives, but it's also helping them to continuously evolve what they're doing. And it all comes back to one thing, turning that insight into action. So remember that traditional use case we talked about a moment ago. What if that entire journey that we had didn't require an escalation? But what if now, based on that use case that we just saw with the data and analytics, where the interaction data was analyzed and then it was used to create that AI agent? What if that now enabled AI not just to respond, but to actually resolve the issue end to end? So let's take a look at what this looks like in action. And I want you to pay close attention to one thing. Not just what that AI is saying during the bot conversation with the consumer, but also pay attention to what it actually does.
Hi, Phil. Welcome back to the Grand Bay Hotel. Are you looking to make a change to your upcoming stay?
Yes, I am bringing my wife and my 8-year-old son. This is a work trip, so I cannot spend more money. Can I use my status or points to upgrade the room?
Got it. Let me see what works best with your benefits. I have 2 good options that fit your stay. Option 1 is 2 adjoining rooms. That would use 50,000 points. The better fit is a 2-bedroom suite with a kitchenette, just like you preferred in past bookings. It keeps everyone together and makes longer stays more comfortable. That option uses 45,000 points. Take a look at the room options. Which one you prefer?
Let's go with the suite.
Perfect. I will take care of that. All set. Your reservation is upgraded. And the good news is you still have plenty of points left for future stays.
One more thing. Our flight is not until 7 p.m. on Sunday. Is late checkout possible?
Let me check availability for that day. We are fully booked Sunday evening due to an event. With your status, I can offer a 2 p.m. checkout and arrange luggage storage until you leave. Can you please confirm the changes?
That works. Thanks.
Happy to help. We look forward to seeing you.
Now, what you just saw is this shift. You saw the AI agent responding, but also resolving, right? So traditional IVRs, traditional bots would just simply respond. They knew what they were hard coded to do, but it's going out and completing tasks and resolving those, and even switching context throughout. The initial intent was one thing, to change the actual reservation. The second intent was actually, can we extend to a late checkout or actually book an additional night, whatever that may look like. From there, there's also moving from these workflows that have been predetermined, deterministic workflows, to actually outcome-based workflows. And then going from reactive to proactive throughout that journey. This is what Agentic looks like. This is the difference in Agentic versus some of those traditional implementations that we've seen. Now, not every interaction should be fully automated. We know that, right? And this is where a lot of strategies actually go wrong. And we're all guilty of this. We think it's AI versus the human, and that's not the reality. It's actually AI working with the humans together. When we look at our Copilot, it isn't just a tool that's sitting on the side assisting that human agent. It's actually an active partner, and it's bringing together the human expertise and then blending that with the AI intelligence to drive action in the moment. Now, can it guide the agent with next best actions, recommended responses, summarize interactions? Absolutely. But more importantly, it's removing that burden of some of the manual work, like executing tasks, navigating between systems, assembling information the agent needs to actually move faster. And what that end result is, the human agent can stay focused on what matters most, that reason why that interaction went to them, right? It was a complexity that existed. It was a need to nurture the customer, to show some type of human interaction there. And that AI is then handling the complexity of the other tasks behind the scenes. Now, I want to show you what this looks like in action. So as that conversation begins, just pay close attention to the pane over to the right, and you're going to see a lot of things unfolding in the moment as the conversation happens.
Hi, Paul. Thanks so much for calling One Insurance. My name is Megan. How are you today?
Hey, Megan. I'm okay, I guess. Thanks for asking.
I see here that we notified you this morning of an alert from your smart monitor. First off, I just want to confirm that you and your family are okay.
We're okay. Just a little frazzled. Hoping we can get this fixed quickly.
Oh, of course. So I was able to pull the damage details and initiated a claim package for you to review. You should have received a notification in the One Insurance app. Could you check on that?
Sure, let me go look. Yep, everything looks to be correct there.
So just click the checkbox and hit the Submit Claim button, and we will get everything rolling for you.
Okay, it's submitted.
Perfect. Yep, I see here that I've received confirmation from you.
So let's pause here because this is where most AI approaches are going to fall short. Copilot didn't just answer the questions that were coming in from the customer or even from the agent. It was executing work. So those same agentic AIs that we saw in that automated journey now proactively identify, how can I assist? How can I gather? How can I orchestrate claim data across those systems? And then deliver a ready to review case to the agent in the moment. So this is that shift from assistive AI to really action-driven AI. So let's go in and continue this here.
Oh, there may be more bad weather coming in the area today. I've located 2 repair services who can assess the damage and tarp the roof to prevent further issues. The first one is Ramsey Roofing from 2 to 3 p.m. and Carolina Construction from 4 to 6 p.m.
Yeah, let's do Ramsey Roofing. I've worked with them before.
Oh, excellent. You're all booked. Paul will handle the invoicing directly, so you won't need to worry about payment.
Awesome, thank you.
You should have received a notification from the One Insurance app with a link to your claim package where you can check your claim status, review repairs, and track contractor dispatch.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. This is really a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
So instead of agents searching for the answers, the AI was guiding them in the moment. It's contextual, and then it's also doing the work with them. So what happens is that resolution was quicker. The customer's very pleased with this. There's more consistent outcomes, of course, that align with what the brand goals are, what the SLAs are, and there's less effort for both the agent and the customer in that situation. But here's the shift. If that AI is guiding decisions and it's taking on action, that also means your workforce is no longer just human. It's human and AI working together in real time. And that creates a new challenge because how do you manage a workforce that's now hybrid by design? What you're seeing here on the screen is CXone as it relates to a supervisor. So within here, the supervisor gets a single real-time view, both across the human and the AI performance. So it's no longer limited to just that human. And we're able to gain additional insight. And so we can monitor, optimize, and then take action instantly, no different than we would have previously done with the human, but also factoring in that to the bot. And so they can solve the providing real-time visibility, control over both those human and AI agents, all in this single view that you see here. And there are new dedicated metrics that go deeper into the AI agent's performance, such as things like containment rate, quality score, customer sentiment, those types of items. Now, what's cool is the supervisors can drill into each active AI agent and they can get detailed stats and really explore that full conversation flow that you're seeing. And it's not limited to just that overview. Those interactions that need immediate attention are surfaced automatically. And from there, it's easy for that supervisor to monitor activity, suggest flow improvements. They can escalate to a human agent, even take over that contact directly, all in real time. So we're essentially managing those AI agents in a very similar way that we've managed the human agents. And there's no more flying blind. You can actually see exactly what's going on as it's happening and take the right action from there. Now, this is where things get really interesting as it relates to the organization. Not only are those insights helping to identify opportunities for automation and actually deploy them, I can also get instant visibility into the performance of those AI implementations, recommendations, and how to improve them and the ability to initiate those changes. So what you're looking at here is CXone analyzing the performance across the operation. It's surfacing specific quantified opportunities to improve those outcomes. So for example, right here, we can see clear AHT reduction opportunity, 73 seconds, was broken down into exactly where that improvement comes from. And that was AI-powered co-pilot support, agent performance improvements, and then task level automation. So instead of guessing where to focus, those supervisors can immediately see which teams or the agent groups need support, where the AI is going to have the biggest impact, and what actions to take to improve that performance. And this is key because you're not just looking at historical data, all right? You're getting guided recommendations on where should I deploy Copilot? Which workflow should I optimize? How do I improve both the human and AI performance together, even down to that agent level? So you can see exactly where the AI assistance is and is going to drive the most value and how performance improves before and after. Now, everything that we showed today, from agentic AI to Copilot to this managing the workforce, it comes down to one simple idea that we talked about in the beginning. How do I turn that insight into action at scale? And because most organizations are stuck in that step one, they can discover what's happening, they know where the friction is, they know where the costs are rising, where the experiences are breaking down, they stop there. And what NICE is doing differently is it's connecting that insight directly to the execution. So what we're challenging organizations to do with the platform is first discover, use the real interaction data that you have to pinpoint the highest impact opportunities. Then we're saying, okay, let's design that. Where do those insights now translate into intelligent workflows and AI agents, guided experiences? And last but not least, how can we implement those? And how can we continuously optimize? So AI is not just assisting, it's acting, continuously learning, it's improving, and then it's ultimately driving better outcomes with every interaction. And that's that shift from analyzing the business to actually running the business with the AI. Because when all these pieces are connected, like we've seen today, when we have that data, we have the AI, the workflows, the workforce. Every interaction that's coming through the organization is smarter, it's faster, and every outcome becomes a little bit more predictable. And that's how you're getting those happier customers. You're doing so at lower cost. And it's also with a platform that's getting smarter every day through that continuous optimization. And before we end, I do want to encourage you to check out our website for more information on NICE World. It's being hosted June 8th through the 10th in Orlando. This is a great opportunity to learn from your peers, others who are in the same boat as you guys, trying to kind of take on this AI first world as we see it. And from a CX perspective, there'll be product experts there, customer presenters who are giving real life use cases and implementation tips on how they are taking on this new AI first world. But I thank you so much again for joining us today. I encourage you to check out our website if you have more questions on anything that we talked about. We'd love to chat with you in more detail.